lose. If you do not fuck with me, I'll have to cut you loose. They said that I wouldn't make it, now my tats are world sensation. Made a lot of money, think it's time for a vacation. Every day I wake up thinking, goddamn, I just made it. Yeah, I don't fuck with fake, so I just put them in the basement. Ladies really love me, is it crowd or just some money? People hate my guts and I just think it's really funny. Yeah, told you so. Took too many, my overdose. Yeah, told you so. Why you gotta be so? Can you back it up? Whoa, bomb the clock. We came a long way. whip, cream. Yeah, let's go. Back, can you back it up? Always hating on me and you wonder why I act up. Brothers got my back and they stay hitting like a Mack truck. Hit them on the celly if I really need the backup. Whip, yeah, whip it up. Sip, by my sippy cup. Drip, then I mix it up. Yeah, I mix it up. Yeah, told you so. Took too many, my overdose. Yeah, told you so. Why you gotta be so? Can you back it up? Bomb the clock. Forever haunts me. Everything is burning down.
Hey, what's good? It's Graz. I'm back again for another M8 stream. So if you are new here and you have not seen what this is, we are producing music here on the M8, a musical tracking program, which is a hardware-based program based around the teensy architecture, I guess, and then also built around the idea of LSDJ, which is a chiptune production unit, a chiptune production program, I guess, a homebrew program. So we're going to just hop into that and work on a tune that I've been tinkering with for the past couple of weeks here. In addition to that, also suggest if you have not already, please go ahead and give us some love by going to plurplugs.com and use code GROSSCORE to get 22% off Plurplugs. So if you are interested in protecting your hearing at shows, as well as, staying masked up and staying hydrated and all that good stuff that we preach regularly on the stream, you can also protect those ears and get 22% off and to help support the stream. So with that, we'll just hop into some production. This is a new time for us. So this is something that we're trying new. So I don't know how many people are going to show up, but happy to have anybody who makes their way in here during the day. So also, I see New Boy in the chat. Hope you're doing well. And it's been a minute. I haven't seen you in a minute. So hopefully we get to connect and hang out pretty soon here. Also, New Boy says, stay hydrated. Maybe this isn't the best stay hydrated, but I'm a tired dad, so I'm gonna stay hydrated with energy drink to wake up. I've already been up since 6 a.m. so I'm ready. I'm ready to get the day started while the kid's sleeping for a minute. Zaddy Graz, I'll take it. So let's see here. This is a new streaming rig too, and also the first time I think I've actually streamed when it's bright outside. It's usually nighttime when I stream, so this is a little bit different for me. I feel like I'm more awake, so this might be an interesting stream here. All right, so this is actually a beat that I was working on right before we started. This isn't what I was going to work on today, but I actually was listening to a song. Here, I'll just pull it up on here so we can see it. DMCA might take it down, but whatever. Yeah, it's 9 a.m. Why are you up? LMAO. Yeah, sleep pattern. Exactly. Yeah, we're trying something new. We're trying the AM hours. But yeah, I'll show this real quick before I get into the song I was going to work on. Also, hope you're good. And let me just, I'm pretty sure there's not that many folks in the chat right now, but I'll go ahead and shout out both you and New Boy. So shout out New Boy. Also shout out Sleep Pattern. Quality Seattle friends making quality Seattle content that can be viewed anywhere, not just in Seattle. All right, let's get back over there. Okay, so I heard this breakdown in this Alice in Wonderland song, and so I was like, I wonder if I can recreate it real quick. I did the beat part of it. I didn't do the synths, but where is it? Oh, we're gonna get an advertisement. Let's not get that advertisement, please. Oh, cool. It's actually not playing. I don't know what it's doing there. Oh, it's because I have it turned down. Oh, I'm so smart. I'm so super smart. We'll wait for the advertisement to go away, and then I'll play that little breakdown. Okay. Yeah, I'll show off the design, or get an idea what it looks like in just a second if you're curious. All right, so here's the drum beat coming up here. Or let's see, this part. So I was like, I want to make that beat. So here's like a really like fast and dirty version of it. So that was what I was working on right before we started, but that's not what we're going to work on today. Let's go ahead and try to get a little bit more into this track. This track's pretty fleshed out. We did the breakdown on the last stream, so we did that part. And so the hope today is that we will work on the second drop, this there, and maybe do a little bit of a variation of the breakdown. So Sleep Pattern asked or that they wanted to take a look at the M8. So I'll go ahead and just show that off real quick. So do I have a way to make this cam bigger? Nope, I haven't done that yet. So here's the M8. Hopefully you can see it. Let's see if I can line it up better. It is wonderful. I love this little thing, and my wife hates it. Men love it, wives hate it. The M8 official review. No, it's because I spend too much damn time on it is the main reason. Like every free moment that I have, I'm like, oh, I can just lay down a little beat here or there and, just work on music, because right now it's really hard with a baby to kind of like pick up and work on music for a second. So Oh yeah, I added the purple. The purple ones, little keycaps aren't normally there, but yeah, the design is super slick, super sturdy. Let's ASMR that. It's made of aluminum, and then I believe this top part right here is 3D printed, and then the buttons on the side are 3D printed, but the rest of it is super sturdy. I'm not the biggest fan of 3D printing. It always feels a little like gritty, and I don't normally like that, but for this particular design, you don't actually touch it at all. You don't really interact with this piece, so totally cool with that. Other cool features on it, let's see here. So you have the audio in and out, so you can actually record samples directly, and then you also have the MIDI in and out. And then the coolest feature, in my opinion, which has made me be able to stream this, is that you can actually connect through USB and do all of the stuff on screen like this. So that's a big thing for me, because I've always wanted to do tracker production streams, but it's so hard to like show what's going on. Like no one can see it. Like here, I'll give an example. So I have a Game Boy right here. So like I'd have like a top-down Game Boy, and it'd be like, all right, I hope you guys enjoy watching this. Like you'd have to get really close on it, like in order to see it, like that close. And even then, it's like if I move it at all, you're not going to be able to see anything. And so I could do the on-screen thing, but that's not how I produce. I usually produce all of my tracker music in hand. I'm so used to doing it like this that it feels weird to kind of do it any other way. I guess I could like get a controller, and I have like a SNES like USB controller, but it never felt the same. Yeah, it is. The width of this is a lot thinner than I was thinking as well. And I thought that would actually be to detriment almost. I almost thought it would be worse to produce on something this small, because your hands would not feel like they had the ergonomic support. They didn't have that density like a Game Boy has, but I really haven't noticed much of anything. When I started working on this a lot, I was like, man, my arms are tired. Man, the design of this maybe is not the best. But then I realized also in that same week, it's when I started holding a baby constantly. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm dumb. I'm just a baby, obviously. The much heavier thing that I've been lifting around all day long, every day. That's what it is. It's not. I blame the M8. I didn't blame the child. Yeah, the child's infallible. It's always that pesky M8. Why can't I sleep at night? The M8. Why can't I pay attention? M8. So yeah, that's my review of it. I really like it. I would say it's probably my best musical purchase, like gear, outside of like getting the CDJs in the last year. All mate do is charge phone. But yeah, so if you haven't been in here and watched what we've produced so far, right now we're working on a chiptune drum and bass track. Working title says Lucid. I don't even know if that's going to be its name, but we'll go ahead and go through what we've got so far so you can get an idea, some objectivity, and then we'll hop into doing the second breakdown. Also, good time to subscribe with that Prime sub if you have Prime Gaming. Doesn't cost you anything, helps us out. Saluko lurking, thank you so much for that sub, really appreciate it. Oh, we got Sleep Pattern with the sub as well. You guys are legends. Thank you. Right now, I'm the breadwinner. I'm the person who has the job right now. So I'm the only person working and bringing in the income. So these sorts of things super helpful for us in the stream. That's why we're trying to do more streams. We're going to try to get Jamie to do some streams as well. Time available. She's interested in playing some games, and we have the setup now. So we're trying to get Jamie up in here and streaming some video games as well. But yeah, right now everything helps. And new kid, Christmas time, it's, you know, the bucks, they go fast. So we do appreciate it. But yeah, let's get back into the breakdown over here. Salukos always lurking. True facts. I do agree. That's what we got so far. I'm thinking we're gonna work on this section today. It's got a pretty good start. Oh, I haven't even separated these out yet. All right, well, this is going to save us some time. I thought I had to build all this out. So we're going to go ahead and copy that. Basically, what I do sometimes is these phrases, they can be pretty long. You can have up to 16 chains in those. But sometimes what I'll do, if I'm kind of in a production flow, or I just kind of do them all there, I split them up like this, because then when I'm playing them live, it's easier for me to like jump over. Like, let's say I wanted this beat. Basically, if I were to start it with the 16 from that menu. We got Ken Jones now hosting with one host, or one viewer. Thank you so much. So Saluka says, haha, not a Graz track without halftime section. Exactly, yeah. I mean, it's kind of a Seth Wolf Bain also hosting. Thank you so much. Yeah, I say it's a little bit of a cop-out for me to do the halftime. I like it because it feels different. These tracks can get a little monotonous. I get a little ADD, and I'm like, oh, if it's exactly the same, it's going to be stupid. I don't want to do that. So that's just me. That I'm going to go ahead and just double kick that part, or double clap. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Oh, we can do a roll on that. We'll just say that's the Graz sound, right? Like the halftime. We got to have those snare pitches, and we got to have that halftime. That's the Graz sound. All right, so let's just go, let's see. And then I think that the second part should get more into like amen heavy. So this part right here, we'll just really kind of work up those drums. So since it's the same here, what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to say this is cheating, but I'm going to get creative. So basically what I'm doing now is, I don't want to fuck up the automation that I already did there. So I'm just cutting and pasting here. And then what I'll do is I'm going to modify these existing drum beats. So that way the previous chains aren't going to be affected by it, or the phrases, excuse me. So let's see here. Let's go back down to the almond break. I click it because then it'll give me the instrument. Let's see, how do we want to do this? I think the easiest thing is actually going to be to build out the almond break pattern first, and then add the other pieces on top of it. So So we have that, and what I'm going to do here is 5/7 for those ones. We're going to hop down to just the 5/7. That's there. We don't need that one. We do need that though, because that breaks up the pattern. So that was an 8 on there. I feel like I should move the mic because I'm realizing my head is turned away from the mic a lot. Let's move the mic over here. Is this better? Can you actually hear me a bit better while I'm have my head turned towards the screen? Sounds good. All right, cool. Yeah, this is a new mic, so we're kind of trying to figure it out still, but it's a snowball, so it picks up a lot of the room ambience versus the other one that's back there, which is back there, which I get right up on, and it's like mega compressed, so it sounds good when I'm DJing. But this one is a little bit more broad, so I get worried that you can't hear me. I'm gonna turn that flap up a little bit more. And then we'll turn up, let's see here, the 16s, or turn up the 7F. 6/8 on that, okay. Omar on Facebook says, keep up the good work. I love your music. Thank you, Omar. If you want to join the on-screen chat, you can join us here on Twitch. I'll go ahead and drop that in here. But that way, then, if people are watching the stream later and they're like, hey, who the heck is Graz talking to? You'll be able to have yourself be immortalized in the on-screen chat. All right, so I think I got it down pretty well here. So it's on 2, 4, 6, 8, A, C, E, I believe. So the ones that are clear, I'll actually put them in there. So let's see. So that's D on that one. That feels good. I want to do a snare roll on that right there. So what we're going to do is, let's see, retrigger. That first letter is the amount of ticks volume-wise it goes down. And then the number or letter on the second section is how quick the intervals are. And then I'm actually adding a little bit of volume automation here to get that snare rush to kind of arc down a little bit quicker. All right, cool. So, well, there's two competing samples over each other. So I hear two of the same snares, or I'm sorry, two of the same crashes playing over each other. Trying to find out what's going on. See, we're getting what's the word I'm looking for? We're getting a phasing issue. That's what we're getting. Because I can hear that one there, but I hear something weird going on here. It's not in there. Where the heck is it? Okay, so it's in here. So we don't need that one. We actually just need a regular crash. I think that's what I meant to do there. Which I think is 30? Yeah. It's weird when you start working on tracker music for a while, especially if you've been working on the same project, you'll start to remember certain numbers, which I guess is important because you want to be able to quickly recall them. But I mean, I haven't touched this in like a day and I'm like, oh yeah, 30 is where the where the downlifter is. Like, I feel like there's so much space that could be utilized so much better in your brain than remembering like, oh, there's random phrase in this LSDJ track or in this M8 track. I don't know. My brain's weird. I imagine that there's a lot of other random useless crap. I need to defrag my brain a little bit here. All right, so let's see what we got so far. That's feeling good. So we're going to go ahead and copy that, and we're going to make just a couple of slight iterations, like tiny little differences. It's a little messy with the snare on there, so I'm gonna. Or not snare. Gosh, I keep saying the wrong name. The kick in that section. So removing that, I think, and letting it breathe a little bit is probably going to be better. So we're doing the same thing that we did before. We're just cutting and pasting these because I'm going to make slight differences to it to make the pattern a little bit more spicy, a little bit more interesting. Add a little bit of zest to this drum beat, because otherwise if you play the same loop over and over again, it gets a little bit monotonous. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take that first note out. So we're at another snare. I think we'll go ahead and change the pitch on that one down a little bit. You know what? I think I want to switch these around. I like this on the second phrase on that, because then what I'm going to do here is do a lot of like build. That was a little bit too strong for the beginning part of that. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this again. So it's a good thing when you're copying iterations of things, then you can go back and get it in case you mess it up in a way you don't like it. I'm just going to change that to a snare. And then I kind of want to have like a classic, like an almond kick that gets filtered up. Because that's already got a kick on that. Does this have the same snare on it? Am I doubling up on the same snare? Or same kick? No, these are different. Okay, so that's the meat of it. And then the other part is the top, the upper. So those together. Let's go ahead and just... I'm going to solo these together. So this part actually sounded a little weird, not having a little bit of just like that hi-hat hit. So we're going to add a little bit more to that. We got big old Dave, dude, in the chat. Hope you're doing well. We're doing great. You know, we're trying something new. We're doing this AM stream. We're going to go for 2 hours producing on the M8. So we're going to go till 11 a.m. Pacific time and just seeing what we come up with. I believe you were here last time, but if you weren't, we were working on a program called, or excuse me, a piece of hardware called the M8. And it's all wrapped up. So we're working on this piece of hardware and then trying to produce some chiptune drum and bass. So yeah, we're still working on this track, trying to get it done. We're pretty close. I feel like if I put in some solid hours, we could get this one in the bag and then we can start something new. But the way I've been trying with this workflow on this device is just work on a little bit, start another another song and do that and see where that leads. And I have like 7 or 8 really solid starts to a song. So I feel like I have my work cut out for me. Now it's the hard part of like really kind of honing those sounds and like getting them to where they need to get to. So right now we're working on the second drop, which is halftime. I feel like that needs that snare there. We've shown it on the 4 on there, so it not being on the 4 is kind of weird in that section. I think that's what's throwing me off there. I think it's on the 6, or I'm sorry, the A. Where is it on this one? It's on B. I feel like we need it on B also. Then we'll add, we're gonna add another one of those retriggers. And then this one we are gonna go ahead and just go completely crazy with, and we're just going to do that shotgun style pattern. Oh, I did that on the wrong one. There we go. That's me making goofs. That's okay. And so what we were talking about earlier is saving your iterations. I believe. Yes, that iteration's saved there. You know what I can do? I can just flip these around. So we'll put D4 here, and then put that one there. Okay. And we just need that singular snare on that one. I'm going to put a delay on it, just so it has that big sound, and then we're also going to put a reverb on it. That's a big delay. And then we're going to do that low pass on there. Starting there, and yeah, it's a big old ping pong on that one. That's good. So a trick I learned recently is also if you highlight all of these and then hit select or shift edit. Oh, that actually didn't work right. Basically what you can do is it'll run the numbers for you, and I'm pointing like you can see it. I do this every time. Here, I'll point over here. You can actually see the mouse, I think. Can you see the mouse now? There we go. Yeah, so there's this section right here, and it'll basically do the numbered intervals for you. So it's helpful because then you don't have to do the math. Before you'd have to do the math on LSDJ. Big, annoying situation. So the reason why this didn't work is it actually splits in half. So I think it's like 0 to 7F are cut subtract, and then the other ones are after 7F are plus on the cut. So we got to start the cutoff at that, and we got to see where the lowest denomination is. Yeah, it's 80. So we'll go a little bit higher than 80. Maybe like 64. Well, that's not right. Hold up. Oh, I see why that. All right, so I got to start this on the other side here, because otherwise it's trying to go the other direction. Okay. There we go. Now we got that sound that we wanted. Maybe 70 is a good spot for it. Try that again. That's feeling good. All right, and here's your reminder now. I remind you every stream. If you are working on music, save your files. That's so important. That's what I'm doing right now. I've lost many a project to flying too close to the sun. I was too into the production piece of it, and I was like, man, I'm such a good workflow, and then I lose it all. And then you have nothing to show for it. So here's your reminder right now, your reminder. If you work on anything creative, save regularly. Set up autosave. I know it seems like it's counterintuitive, but set up autosave. Save always. Save frequently. Save multiple versions of it if you want to be that kind of person. Because sometimes I wouldn't save because I would be like, I don't know if I like this version of it. Save your file like number 1, number 2. Save them regularly. Don't be like me. I've lost so many files in my life for being foolish and not saving. The only person you're hurting is yourself. That's your PSA for producing. Oh, you're saving constantly. It says big old Dave, dude. Well, hey, that's a good problem to have. I think that's totally fine. If you want to save frequently, that is your prerogative. I think that it's not too bad. So let's check this out. I don't know if I'm feeling that. It feels good in this context. And it's cool to pull that motif back and like drop it again. So I like the motif of it, but I feel like it's not different enough. You know what I mean? So we can try to make another synth, maybe to like layer on top of it. Or since we've saved, let's just try this on for size. Since it is all on the same instrument, I believe, we can go ahead and just try to modulate this instrument and see if something else just feels good. Oh, it's in table, that's why. It's just a gunfire. It's just gunfire constantly. Yeah, that's good. And we're not tied to this synth either, because we're just trying stuff right now. See if like something feels cool. Yeah, it'll be like, we'll make an old school jungle track and we'll add the gunshots. Well, that's a little high registry, but here, I'm gonna cheat. Let's drop that note down a little bit. That's a cool sound. I don't know if I'm loving it. Ooh. That's a lot. Well, we can change this where it'll actually make sense. We just have to do even intervals on this. So it's 9C or AC. Is that what it is? Nope. Well, we'll be lazy here and we'll go ahead and just do that. Oh, it's because that oscillator changed. All right, let's go ahead and remove that. All right. Let's speed up the table. This might be cool. I like this synth. I would remove the pitch. So what might be good is I'll remove the pitch shifts on these and see how that sounds. And if this sounds good, then what we'll do is we'll save the file, or we'll save the preset of that synth, and then we'll go back to our previous save. And that way we will retain what we were working on before and not like miss out, like, because I've basically destroyed the main lead that we had before, so I definitely don't want to resave over this. So I need to preserve the pitch change, but not the sweep. So. like we need to start the note there on each one of these. So when you add the instrument there, it'll just basically re-trigger. I guess I could put a re-trigger command in here, but this is fine. Why is there such a high note here? Sounding pretty cool. Let's try some other things here. So we'll try changing the oscillator. Let's see how do we get back there. Okay. Start off oscillator 0. What's 2 on this? Shape 2, 50%. We'll go to I don't know about oscillator 3 on here, but I did like just kind of alternating back and forth between these two. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And then what I'm going to do here is we'll actually do a hop command, and we're going to go ahead and just have some vibratos on here. Because I feel like a vibrato adds quite a bit of character. So we'll do that one, go to 1, go to 3, go to 1. You know, let's just go ahead and Ukimi Mimi in the chat, VIP Bear representing. Hope you're well. And then we'll go back to 3, 1. There we go. I feel like that's a pretty good... That's a pretty good little arpeggio there. So we'll go ahead and save that, and then we'll go ahead and go back to the previous save, so that way we can actually use this file. So let's just name this. All right, here you go. Here's your time to shine, chat. What are we naming this? What are we naming this preset? This is your time. I'm gonna put it first one in here. First title. It's gonna be the name of this preset. Not all at once. I'm thinking. There you go. That's it. I'm thinking. If you have something better, you're welcome to it. If you can get there faster than me typing it, because I have to do each letter individually like this, then you're good. Oh, look, just enough. I'm thinking. There you go. I'm going to save that to my pack. There you go. All right, so now we got to go ahead and we're going to load back up Lucid. All right, so now we got to get the we have to get the brand new preset we just made. So where is that? I'm thinking. There it is. All right, so that's F. I've been really liking to do these triplets, where basically it's about that one. We'll continue on the second part of that triplet. So after the 6, there. One, two, three, four. So that's 4 remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You know, thank you for reminding me, Bikini Mimi. I did not change cam over. You're just gonna see me rocking out, and then yeah. There we go. All right. That one, where is it? All right, that's zeros, and then 7, I think. Should be 7 there, and then whatever the last one is here, which is 5, 3, C5, 3. Oop, not on there. don't know if I'm into that. Let's try this. There's this little pattern right here. Oh, I see why it's like that. All right, so I made a mistake here. I'll have to fix this real quick. It changes notes on this one, so it goes C, C sharp. That's what that is, C sharp, right? I suck at music. You'll be hard pressed to find a musical or a computer music person who understands music theory 100% completely. I used to be able to read sheet music back in like elementary school when I did like clarinet, when I did woodwind instruments, and I learned how to read all of that. But that's so long ago. I'm like, notes? Oh yeah, it's got the points on it. It's a sharp. The B means it's flat. I think that's it. Let's see here. That's right. I don't feel like that's too intrusive, but let's hear what the other synths. So what do you guys think? Does that sound good? Should we just go up a higher pitch? Just give it a go. Yeah, music theory is for chumps. You know, I do have a music theory ethos, like, where I feel like it's important to match energies. Like, so there's 3 principles that I use for music production and producing a song. You want to make sure something comes to a resolution, so it goes somewhere. It can't just keep building and then build forever and then end the song, because that's going to piss dancers off. So you don't want to do that. You want to actually have a crescendo. You want to have that build where it's like, oh, we get to that point and then there's the climax and we're going downhill. So that's one music theory that I think is important in all my songs, is that they feel like they have an arc, because otherwise if they just go one direction, I feel like it's a little bit boring. The second thing is that you don't want to repeat exactly 100% the same thing that you did in the second drop, because it's boring. It's lazy. A drop can be so good you want to hear it a second time, but add some variation. You can be really subtle with it, and it can be mostly the same. Like, because let's be real here. Like this drop here, like this right here, it's still very similar to this. And that's okay. That's fine with me. But, you know, this you owe it to the audience, because they could just re-listen to the first half over again if they wanted to. You know, just listen to the MP3 over again. Start the MP3 over. That's fine. So you owe it to the audience, if you're going to do something, like if you're going to do the resolution, if you're going to repeat it, try to to add a little bit to it, or just variations a little bit, because I feel like that's important to engage the listener. So that's the two. And then the third one is, honestly, it's just to have an idea of where you're going with it ahead of time. Like, it's okay to, sorry, I'm picking an eye booger. You guys don't want to see that. My eye hurts. There we go. Yeah, so Big Ol' Dave Dude says, yeah, a few extra hats and stats can change the second drop and give a different feeling and movement. So to that, I feel like, to what I was saying before, is that have an idea of where you're going with it. Like, it's okay to be very different and change it up and do things that are unexpected. That's okay. I love that. That's where creativity comes from, is trying something new and see how it works. The thing that I don't like is changing something for the sake of just being different. Like, if it doesn't make sense in a song, don't hold on to that idea thinking like, oh, that's exactly what I have to do. So have an idea of where you're going, but be okay with that plan changing. Like, so it's okay to come into a song and be like, oh, well, I'm going to produce a drum and bass track today, and it ends up sounding like a breaks track. That's okay. You just let that be the thing that it is, and then you can try again another time and see what happens. But come in with the idea and then be okay with that idea not being something that's viable, and kind of just go with the flow a little bit. Because if you're trying to like peg something for a certain vibe, sometimes it'll fall flat and it won't be as good as the organic idea that came out. And I say that not as somebody who wants to say, hey, just you can't produce what you want to produce, but I would say you're going to produce the best work when you're not trying to. You can force yourself all day to do something, and even the most polished musicians, and I won't include myself in that list, but even the most polished musicians can go into the studio and say, I have this plan, and not do what they set out to do. So you can have an idea, go in with the idea, be okay if that idea doesn't pan out. Those are my three like music theory pieces of it. The rest of it is up to you. Like, you don't know the names of the instruments, or you don't know the term, like what is a staccato, or what is an arpeggio, and what is a crescendo, and what is what is this? That's fine. Don't know the notes. That's okay. To play it till it sounds good. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Like, we're not here to make like super highbrow art. Like, we're just trying to make bangers. We're trying to make tunes that feel good and make us have elicit an emotional response. Like, if you're excited or you're sad or whatever, that's my goal, is that I want to make the listener feel something. And if they feel something, then I've accomplished my goal, because I've enacted a certain emotional response from them. So that's all I really go out to do. So Big Ol' Dave Dude says, in the software world, it's the same idea as an agile mindset. Yeah, I agree. As somebody who has worked in the tech world for a little bit of time, I think that is important. To kind of just wait, what's the adage? That bug is now a feature, I think is what it is, or something to that extent, where it's like, well, we made this mistake, or this thing happened organically. Now it is a feature. We weren't setting out on doing that, but now it is something that we've built into it. Like, so yeah, to that degree, it's like you didn't set out on doing that, but it's a feature now. Or, it solves a problem that you had accidentally created for yourself. And I think that a lot of businesses have some of their like lightning in a bottle ideas when they're trying to like solve a accidental problem. So, but yeah, so what do you guys think? Should we do an octave up here? Oh, wrong synth. Where is it? I lost track of where I was at. Oh, it's here. We can try that, or we can go lower. of like it like that. I feel like we should spice it up a little bit more, add another stab here. I'm always thinking like on the 4s, like where these are at. Or the 2 and the 4, or the 4 and the C on the ticks. We'll go ahead and we're gonna go through some presets and just see what feels good. We just do like an ARP. Oh, that's why that's not working. There we go. I don't know what the heck's going on there. Real grumpy when I did that. All right. Oh, I actually like that. I like how it goes up. So what we'll do here is we'll do a ghost note where it's I don't know if I feel that. That sounds like an old like Gabber style noise. Arpeggio not working super well on that one. So let's try to go ahead and... Did I save already? Guess I fucked this up. Okay. I believe we're on the 4 and C. I'm gonna go back to that. Glad you're digging the track, yeah. And also thanks for stopping by. I know it's a Tuesday morning. That's, you know, people doing a lot of stuff on a Tuesday morning. You should be working right now. What am I doing? I guess I am working. But yeah, appreciate your time and your thoughts on stuff here. You know, it's all about kind of just hanging out and kind of seeing what sticks. So appreciate your time and have a good Zoom meeting. We got 8-Bit Core messaging in from YouTube. Yeah, you're welcome to do that. We're just producing some tunes right now and doing some tracker and chiptune music. Well, I appreciate you bumping those Twitch numbers. I am 8-Bit Core. Also, shout out to I am 8-Bit Core. If you are not following 8-Bit Core, you're making a big old darn mistake. That's what you're doing. They produce really awesome clothing and are just a really genuine person that I honestly just met organically through Instagram. Like, one of the few good things to happen from Instagram is like just a genuine friendship. I don't even remember how we connected. I think maybe there was something about music at some point in time. Oh, you were a longtime fan. Well, I'm glad you hit me up. I mean, that's, I'm approachable. I like to think so. Like, maybe to my detriment. Who knows? I mean, anybody message me, I'll probably give them the time of day for at least a minute. Awesome. Salukos really solid too. Really good group of folks here. It's not about the numbers. It's about the right people in the right seats, right? Well, maybe you did. Yeah, actually, that's exactly what happened. I still have that pin. It's right there. Let me go grab that. Hold on just a second. All right, there we go. Yeah, this pin. So there's two pins on it. And the idea is, and maybe 8-Bit Core can explain it better than I can, is that you're supposed to, come on, get focused on this. What are you doing? Try again. Please focus. Don't focus on my face. Focus on this. There you go. Each one of the Switch controllers, yeah, for like a friend. So I gave one to my other good friend, Blood Code. So we each have one of these as well, and for a long time we were like BFF style, where we like had it on our bags together. So we go to shows and like he'd have it on his and I'd have mine on mine. So yeah, you got to share it with the bestie. Yeah, so that's exactly what I did, and I gave the other one, I gave the red controller to Blood Code. And the funny thing too is like that's a real power move, because if you play Switch, left controller not as comfortable as the right controller in my experience. Right controller is the nice one, like just because of where the Z button is, or the right trigger button. So giving the right controller was a real nice thing for me to do. That's a I was gonna say it's a power move, but I think it's a bottom move, because it's like, no, I want people to feel comfortable. So I gave the other one. Yeah, so you're right. That's exactly how we came to talk 8-Bit Core, and I'm glad you did that too, because you're solid and you make great merch and all that good stuff. And I don't know if I can display my screen. If I move that away, I wonder what happens. Oh, it just goes away. I was gonna say your logo that we worked on together is my background on this computer. You're still a fan to this day. Well, I appreciate it. I'm still a fan of your work as well. Like, I think that's what's important about any music community, is that be okay. Like, interacting with people. Some people like to just not be approachable. They shut themselves off. And they're like, no, I just produce music and I just throw it into the void and I'm done. Like they want to be like Cher or some shit. Like they want to be like this like untouchable legend god figure where they're like, oh, I just produce music and or I just make this art and that's it. I don't participate in a community at all. And I think, there's something to be said about that. When you get to a certain size, you kind of have to do that. Like you have to be able to not open yourself up to hangers on. I mean, the real talk is that when you open yourself up to everybody, lots of people come out of the woodwork, especially if they think you have money. Like there was a time when people thought I had a lot of money for some reason because I was like playing a lot of big shows, and people would hit me up for money and be like, hey, can I just get money for groceries? And I'm like, I don't know you. I've never talked to you before. Like, and I'm not rich. I'm like, by no means rich. Like anybody who makes art knows that a lot of money goes into art to kind of break even. Like, but so when you get to a certain size, you get those hangers on where people are like, oh, give me these things and I want these things. And I would let's be buds because I want this thing from you. So I get that. But for a really long time, until you hit those like Skrillex level things, like you can be friends with people that you meet. Like I have some friends who are like, oh, I won't be friend to fan because they're different. They're money, they're revenue. You become a friend and you start giving them stuff and then you miss out on that revenue. But I'd rather just have like, if I connect and jive well with somebody, like we'll become friends. Like that's just how it works. That's how friendship works. You have mutual interests and it might have started off as a weird thing, but if you're feeling it, let friendships happen. Don't let them just like go to the wayside because you don't feel like the method in which they contacted you is weird. And yes, it's not one-to-one for every business and art and creative thing. Like I would say if you're I don't know if this is against TOS to say it, but SWs, like I get that to, keep that strictly business. And I have friends like that who will not make friends through that. And I get that because that's a safety concern, but to a certain degree, like I can become friends with a musician. Or like I can become friends with a fan who got connected through me through music because that's kind of just how it works. Like you're building connections and then you can use those connections later. Like me and 8-Bit Core, he went in through the method of being a fan and we started talking and he sent me a pin and we started talking more and we found out we had a lot of mutual interests. So like we're buddies now and that's how that works. Like, and we've worked together now too, as well. Like, we've made art together. The same thing with, I believe to a certain degree, Salucos. I believe you discovered me before I found out about your music. Like you listened to my music beforehand as well. And we talk and we've released music together. So don't be afraid of that. Like, I don't see why people are afraid of that. That's how the world works. Like, if you want to build strong connections, you got to be open to connections. So 8-Bit Core says, I felt that before. Some people do the friend account until they get the goods and then they just bounce, which is sad which has been sad in the past. I agree. That is sad in the past. That's happened to me before as well. So, but yeah, because it's happened to people, I've wanted to work with more, but feel put off. Yeah. Well, let me just say this, 8-Bit Core. You could never send me anything ever again, and we'll still be pals. That's a promise. Like you make good content, you make cool stuff, and I generally like the take that you have on a lot of things. And your outfit picks are rad. So you're, yeah. Don't ever feel like I'm a fair weather. Get me some stuff and leave, pal. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the long haul. Also, we have Cyrus, first time in the chat. Hope you're doing well. This is a good time to say, hey, if you have not popped off your Prime sub, if you have a Prime Gaming sub, or if you have an Amazon Prime account and you want to help support the stream, that doesn't cost any money, and it helps the stream greatly. I am an independent creator, so I'm not backed by any big record label or anything. 8-Bit Core coming in clutch with that Prime Gaming sub. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. So I'm not backed by any big record label. I don't think much of any chiptune is, but you know, so I do that. I'm an independent creator with two dependents. So I have a wife and a child, and I am the revenue for our household. So anything and everything always helps. And Prime Gaming sub, you're already paying for it. Might as well just throw it my way if you haven't used it already. Another way you can help the stream as well is my singular last reminder here. And let me go ahead and just drop this in here. Is Plur Plugs. So I've teamed up with a earplug company to offer high fidelity earplugs. So we often, for the music streams and the DJ streams, talk about staying hydrated, or if you're going out to clubs, like wearing a mask and being safe. But another part of being safe is protecting your hearing. You know, just in the short, like I would say there was like a 6-month time when I first started going to shows where I didn't wear earplugs. Even that tiny little bit of exposure when I was going out every weekend for like 6 months was enough to damage my hearing. And I don't have as good hearing as I used to because of that. And your hearing is always degrading. So your hearing is never going to be as good as it was the day before. So might as well prolong your ability to hear stuff by getting earplugs. And you can use our code GrazCore to get 22% off during checkout. And also, these earplugs are awesome. I wore them to Porter Robinson, and this was my first time actually going out to a show in like almost 2 years, and I was like, these are crisp, these are nice, I like them. I didn't mean to hit that. That was like a attention. I was like, they were crisp. Here, let me grab them, because then I can actually show you what they look like. But they're definitely worth the money, and they come in a cool carrying case. So let me go grab them. Okay, so these are the Plur plugs. They have this little handy dandy thing so they can connect onto your bag so you don't forget them if you're bringing a bag to the show. It's easy for me to forget them. I've done that so many times. I actually had a thing of disposable earplugs in the car, those like nasty foam ones, because I forgot my nice earplugs so much back in the day. So they come in this cool little handy case here. They put in a lot of effort into their packaging. It's an independent earplug company as well. And then they give you a nice little carrying case, as well as 3 different earplug sizes. For me, I have a big head, so I have big ears. So earbuds and other things like that, like the AirPods, fall out of my ears all the time. These don't do that. So very helpful. Protect your ears during a show, and prolong your hearing so that you can listen to the things that you want to loudly to lose your hearing, versus losing it at a show when you're waiting for the opener to finish. So but yeah, so those are the ways you can support the stream. Also, thank you so much to everybody who has dropped a sub today. So we got I Am, 8-Bit Core, Sleep Pattern, Salukos, throwing those subs over to us. Really do appreciate that. And what I'm going to do here real quick is I'm actually going to go ahead and play a preview of another song real quick. I have to use the restroom, so I'll show you guys a little preview of something else I've been working on. And hopefully I'm back and available. Actually, let's do this. I'll show you that preview, but I want to talk about it. We'll play the Happy Hardcore track that I recently finished. So this is available right now on Bandcamp. So if you go to graz.bandcamp.com, you can get this tune right now. And it's an old school Happy Hardcore song, like based around like Scott Brown style, like early 2000s Happy Hardcore. So I'll go ahead and play this, and I will be right back.
Tombstone, killing shit, tombstone, killing shit, tombstone.
killing shit. Who you know is ill as this tombstone, killing shit. Tombstone, killing shit. Tombstone, killing shit. Who tombstone, killing shit. Tombstone, killing shit. Tombstone, killing shit. Who you know is ill as this tombstone, killing shit. Tombstone, killing shit. Tombstone, killing shit.
Okay, so that's my track Tombstone. That's the technically the first thing I've ever produced on this. Just something as like a stopgap in the interim between producing a new EP that I've been working on. So all of the stuff that you've been hearing for the past couple of weeks here are all things that are hopefully going to go on the same album. But yeah, I was going to show this. This is something I made, I think, yesterday. I don't even know what you want to call this, but it's really rough. But I was listening to the song, what was it? Gold Rush? Or no, not Gold Rush. It's Gold Dust by DJ Fresh. And I was like, how do I produce that bass line? Oops, sorry, there we go. Yeah, it's something new. I think we showed that one off. But yeah, we're so close to finishing this little section. I'm going to try to get this all done before we call it a day here. So I'm noticing something here. So this is actually getting stopped by, I made a, like a faux sidechain with this table. Basically pulls down the volume of of this. So if I single that out and play it. So I think what I need to do in order to fix that problem, because I do want it to be working, I just don't want it to hit on these notes, is I need to make a table. Or actually, let's do this. What channel is this on? It's 5. We're going to go ahead and cheat, and we're going to do volume 5, and I believe E is where it needs to be at. So I need it to stay on that. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Apparently it does not stop it from happening. So let's see the one that it's getting hit on. So I believe it's 4 and C is where it's getting hit. So it's not getting hit on that one or that one. I think it's this one here. So what we'll go ahead and do here is we're going to cheat a little bit, and we're actually just going to make one that excludes, was it on 5? So that one won't affect it on that one. So it's on 4 and it's on C. So that one's a little bit before it. We'll go ahead and do this one too. I think it was 84 for that one. Yeah. This way, it'll prevent us from missing that note. That was kind of making me a little annoyed, so that's good that that's taken care of. Is that one good? Looks like that one's good. All right, so let's hear that again with the drums now. So that's the interesting thing about problem solving with trackers. Sometimes you have your automation and it kind of works in your favor. Sometimes it works against you. So you gotta like problem solve essentially. So now that we have these done, I don't know if I'm 100% sold on it yet, but we're getting closer to how I want it to sound, so we're on the right track. Damn it. Okay. That was my mistake. That one goes there. Goes there. Howdy.
Did she magic her hands out, or did you do?
What was that?
Did she dig her hands out, or did you leave her hands out?
Oh, no, she dug her hands out. Here, let me go over to this. So, Indigo Gypsy Rose is over there on the right out of camera shot, but I swaddled the baby super well, at least to my thought, but both of her hands are out, and she's like face palming basically. She's like, why didn't you swaddle me better? So we'll be streaming just for a little bit longer, and then I'll come hang out and have breakfast with you guys. Oh, you let the cat in too. See, it's a whole family reunion. There we go. Everybody wants in here. Well, just be forewarned that your fashion is visible.
I don't
Okay.
It's great, isn't it? It's great fashion.
Yeah, you're definitely pushing the envelope for holiday wear. Okay, where were we? So yeah, like, see, I guess that kind of goes back to what I was talking about, where people feel like they're untouchable. There's a little schmutz on the camera. There you go. They feel like they're untouchable. They're like not a real person. They're not a real thing. And they don't let you know anything about them. Like, I'll try to be as honest and as real as possible. I'm a person who I like making music, but I also have a life outside of making music. So I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it and say like, oh hey, I'm a big millionaire who lives in a big mansion and I don't have any other family and I'm just here to bring you music and get drunk. Like that's not me. Like, yes, I do like to have a good time, but I have a wife, I have kids, and that's the realism of it. Like, there's this unrealistic picture of like what a musician is, especially in the dance music community. Like, we're supposed to be these rock stars that like we're nomads, nothing is tying us down, and we're just here to bring you tunes and get fucked up. And that's not the case sometimes you got a life outside of that. Sometimes you work a 9-to-5 job and work in an office and then come home to your 2.5 kids and go to the gym and go to sleep early. Like, that's okay. That's life. So never been one to shy away from that. So let's see here. Where were we? So then we don't need that one. Need that one. So we're just cutting and pasting right now. Lexidus Storm says, preach. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be as real as I can with people. You gotta be. Like, if I want to have a genuine connection with people, then I gotta be genuine. It's simple as that. Like, I don't want to overcomplicate it, you know? I think when people start telling lies, that's the quickest way to, like, get confused. And I'm confused enough already as it is. So maybe just a little bit too loud. Let's drop that down just a little bit. So to answer your question, Alexa to Storm asked, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, what tracker am I using? I'm using a tracker called the M8 tracker by Dirty Wave. It's predicated, or at least designed on the sensibility of LSDJ, which is a hardware-based Game Boy program. So it's based on... Wait for the Game Boy to turn on. So it's based on this program. If the camera wants to refocus me, if I get real close to it. There we go. So it's based on this program. And then what I'm doing is producing it on this piece of hardware. So It was designed by Trash80, who is a fellow chiptune musician who have been fortunate enough to play shows with and hang out with. And he was trying to find a solution to connecting modular synthesis to Game Boy, and basically built his own workflow and made a device for himself. And then was like, hey, you know, I really want to give this tool to the community. So he ended up basically mass producing these. And I started a business in the process as well. So I really just need to bookmark this page. I'm actually going to do that right now because people ask enough. Okay. So here's the website where you can go ahead and add yourself to the mailing list. But this is the M8 tracker. Let me go ahead and go to the other screen. This is what you get. It's pretty cool. I was on the fence on if I wanted to get it, and I love this tool. My wife hates this tool because I'm using it so much. Every free second I get, I am producing on, and it's completely handheld and mobile. So you don't need to have it connected to a computer like I do here. I do it for display purposes so you can see what I'm doing, but it's not required. Very, very powerful synthesis. So you can find that at dirtywave.com. So that's where that's located. And suggest getting it now. It seems like each iteration, the parts get more scarce. So the price, unfortunately, has been going up for it. So if you're interested in getting this device and getting it at a premium price, Tim tries to price it as cheap as he possibly can to, you know, give people the best deal and get the tool in the hands of people. But that's what I'm using. And then also, if you're somebody who wants to get into this style of production but doesn't have the like $500 to drop, I don't blame you. I didn't for a long time. You can actually build your own, which is called the Headless, which is an available resource. Let's see, where is it? You basically can buy one of these little guys here and make your own. So basically all you'll have to do is you'll need a USB micro adapter, and then one of those nano SD cards, and then this. So all of that said and done is about $60. And then what you can do is they have basically firmware. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. So then you can use the firmware and update that. And then you can use it on the computer like I'm doing now, and then just use it with the keyboard. So that's something that you can do. And it is a cheap alternative if you're unable to get the hardware or if they're not producing it at the time. Like I waited, I think like a year and a month to get mine. So they take some time to get produced, but they are great little tools. And if you're familiar with LSDJ production, this is an easy jaunt over to this style of production. There's a couple of things that aren't one-to-one, but it is it's a really great tool, and I highly recommend anybody check it out. And you make powerful sounding, you can make chiptune music. You don't just have to kind of do this weird hybrid stuff that I'm doing. Like, let me load up an example of other works that other people have made. Let's go ahead and pull up. Is that the one I'm looking for? So you can make some pretty awesome chiptune sounding stuff. And then you can make some really out there kind of sound production, like so you can get wild with it if you want to. I've been trying to make drum and bass on it recently, and there's a little thing that I've been doing lately where I will listen to a song and then see if I can't recreate the lead from it, and that's been a good exercise in production. So I would say if you're somebody who's pretty skilled in producing and you're familiar with sound design, I highly recommend giving it a go. I'm trying to find the example of what I'm talking about here on the other screen. Yeah, so this is kind of what I've been doing in the mornings here. I'll find a sound on a song that I want to produce, and then basically I'll go and try to recreate it. So this is an example of there's a synth in a song by Faint Outbreak, remixed by Fox Stevenson. And I was like, I want to make that lead. So here's the original. So it's powerful enough where you can like actually produce basically similar close proxy to it to the best of your ability. I mean, there's more that I can do to make that sound closer, but you get the idea. Let me pull up another example here. So Metric Hackers is the name of the song. All bets are off. There's many short pieces of songs, but whatever. That's fine. I don't care. So let me go back to my demos or my works in progress. I think it's what's that one. Okay. So I wanted to produce this style of drum and bass. So, oh, we're gonna get an ad. Let's not get that ad. Can we talk about this for a second? Can we talk about how annoying it is that people like I in 2021 still pay for SoundCloud, yet I still receive ads on it? Like they should really fix that. I mean, if you're paying for SoundCloud in 2021, just don't force me to listen to ads. I'm creating content for your service. Please. Yeah, it should. I mean, you're paying what? Like, I don't know. The monthly's more, but I think it's like $60 a year or something like that, or $75 at this point. I don't even remember, because I think I'm doing the monthly. Yeah, it's like $15 a month, more than it needs to be, and they still require you to listen to ads. Yeah, not a huge fan of that. Like, I don't know why that's the case. Okay, so those ads are out of here. But yeah, so here's another example of like, basically I was like, I want to try to make that that lead synth, and I ended up trying to just kind of recreate the same kind of vibe. So here's the song. And then here's what I did. So if you're familiar with sound design, you can really get pretty close. I feel like wrong screen. Well, I would say if you're familiar with sound design, I don't think anybody's particularly good. I think there's a lot of trial and error till you get to the point that you want to get at. But like, here's the power of this is that there's FM synthesis. So if you are familiar with FM on any other DAW, then you can bring that information over here. And that's what I've done is that I've worked with FM a bit. So I'm like, oh, okay, I know how this works. So, you know, it's just a matter of kind of just rethinking how to enter that information here. But yeah, the FM synthesis is pretty much all the same. And then you use a different algorithm for each one of those. The algorithm thing is I think the most tricky part, because normally in the FM programs that I use, you can snap each one of the oscillators together. This one, you have to go through the list and find out the ones. So it could be a little bit of counterintuitive, like A goes into B and then plus C and D over each other. So there's some cool stuff that you can do with that. I would say the coolest thing about FM on this program is that you only have 8 tracks here, so you can't really do much in the way of trying to like build chords. But my friend Mikey showed me a really cool trick here, and I'll actually just show their thing here. Just go up to their instruments. Trying to find out which one it is. I think it's that one. No, it's not that one. That's the one. Okay. So you're like, oh, well, this isn't helpful. This is in like C minor. What am I going to do with that? Well, the cool thing here is you can actually... that's actually not the one I was thinking it was. Maybe it's this one? No. We're going to find it. Darn it. There we go. That's the one. Basically, you can set each one of these to a different note. So these ones have pitches. So 1, 2, and 3 are the pitches for this. So you could potentially change these mods where you can make your own patch that has the chord in it instead. I'm trying to remember how to do it. Is it FM mod? Is that what it is? Yeah, it is. Okay. So you can affect each note on there, which is pretty powerful. I'm going to start these at 0 so they're all working. So yeah, and then this the new addition of this little guy right here is made that a lot easier when building chords. But then you could do each one of these independently if you wanted to. So yeah, that's the power of FM on this. You could potentially do 4 notes, but the problem that you run into is you need a carrier, which is this guy right here. So if you just kind of lose the amount of sound design you can do with it, basically. It actually sounds pretty cool. That was unintentional. I feel like if we do this. I think this is an F. Is that what it was? So we'll just go ahead and throw that up to F. I'm just kind of curious to see what'll happen. That sounds really cool. That was completely accidental. get the idea. I kind of flubbed it up a little bit. I was doing something a lot cooler here. I think I just turned these up more. No, that's what I did. Turn them down. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you're not already following me on the other social media networks, please, you know, give me a like. I deserve it. I done did good. Oh, I did shout out socials. Let's try that again. There you go. Apparently, I didn't do too good. But hey, you know, I'm doing this every day, and trying to get more regular about streaming. I produce content as regularly and as quickly as I can, and try to put it out and show you guys what I'm working on here. And in addition to that, I also chronicle when I am playing shows, my journeys and all that other good stuff. And then you can also keep up to date if and when I do another production stream, or when we get back to doing the regular DJ streams, which should happen pretty quick here. I've been wanting to do one of those. So this is where the magic happens, and so we're gonna get back to doing those really quick. But in the meantime, keep in touch on socials if you got any questions about the production methods that I employed today, or if you're curious about how to get started making music and how to start producing chiptune and tracker style music. Hit me up. I want to be a resource. I want to say, hey, I talked to that person and now they're slaying it and they're producing amazing tracks, and I help them get their start. So I want to demystify that piece and help you guys make better and more awesome music on trackers. So hit me up if you got any questions or just curious on how to get started. And also make sure again to drop a Prime sub if you have it, or if you feel so inclined and you got the cash and the means to do it, drop a sub to the channel. It really does help us. This is something that I do because I want to make sure that there's a resource out there. You want to hear some Graz YM2612? You know, I would say that's a dangerous combination, but you know, to each their own. Genesis sound chip. I don't know if it has that much. I mean, it's got a lot of FM ability, but I don't know if I would be able to do it justice. There's a really awesome person who does music with that. I would recommend. Gosh, now their name is escaping me all of a sudden. I was gonna say Ultra Sid, but that's not who it is. I forget now. Now, see, like I had an awesome opportunity to tell you to check out another artist, and I forget their name now. So, at any rate, give me a follow on social media. I'm posting regularly, and I also showcase other people's M8 creations. And with that out of the way, I think we should go ahead and stream, or at least go ahead and raid into somebody else's stream. So, if anybody has a recommendation on who to check out, we can go give them a look. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and just pick somebody off my list. Let's see, who is streaming right now?
You know what? You know what?
So we got some game friends who stream. Otherwise, we can go into a DJ stream, which I think is probably going to be a good one. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and raid into our friend Kutski. So Everybody have a great rest of your day. Take care, drink water, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.